In the bustling streets of Delhi, life raced forward for everyone. Among these lives was Arjun, a man who believed his hard work and income were enough to run his household. His wife, Zara, often argued about how he neglected the home and her. But Arjun would silence her with one statement: "I earn for this family. I can do as I please. You can leave whenever you want. This house needs me, not you." After hearing these words again and again, Zara didn't just stop speaking. She began silencing her own thoughts. Every protest inside her mind was buried under fear, duty, and the rules society had taught her to obey. Zara had stopped responding. Her silence wasn't surrender, it was the weight of reality. Where could she go? Society, even in the heart of the city, had the same eyes and whispers for a woman who dared to return to her parents' home. Daughters are outsiders, she thought. Even if they stay a day longer than necessary, tongues wag and parents lose their honor. So she swallowed her pain, masked her humiliation, and carried on, teaching her mind to stay quiet even when it was screaming. One morning Zara felt unwell. Her body burned with fever, but life didn't pause for her. She forced herself out of bed, made breakfast, packed tiffins for her children, and then collapsed back onto the mattress. Arjun noticed her condition briefly before leaving for work. "See a doctor," he said casually, heading out the door. By evening, Zara's fever worsened. Her thoughts drifted in and out of clarity, her mind exhausted from years of silence. When she called Arjun, he replied, "I'll bring medicine on my way back." And he did. He placed the medicine on the table and said, "Take this." In his mind, he had done enough. He didn't notice her trembling hands as she tried to hold the tablet. He didn't see the tears she wiped away when he left the room. He didn't sit beside her, didn't place a hand on her forehead, didn't offer comfort. Not even for a moment. That night, Zara's mother-in-law made her stance clear. As she served dinner, she remarked, "This house doesn't need her. Everything can run perfectly without her." But everything wasn't perfect. That night, Zara didn't eat. She lay awake, clutching her stomach, her body burning, her mind fighting between asking for help and staying silent, as it had been trained to do for years. In the next room, Arjun slept peacefully, dreaming of office deadlines and meetings. The next day, Arjun left for work once again, playing the role of the provider. Zara struggled alone. Her fever spiked dangerously. By evening, she couldn't even get up from the bed. Her mother-in-law finally called Arjun. He delayed, saying he'd be home soon. When Arjun returned and rushed Zara to the hospital, it was too late. Zara was gone. The woman who had silently borne the weight of a thankless life, who had been told time and again that she wasn't needed, had left for a place where her mind and body were finally free from pain. In her absence, she proved just how much she had been needed. In the days that followed, the house fell into chaos. Arjun struggled to find his files, his clothes, even a clean handkerchief. The children cried for their mother's warmth. The mother-in-law realized she didn't know how to run the household without Zara's invisible hands guiding everything. Meals were missed. Medicines were forgotten. And a silence, heavier than any noise, filled the apartment. Arjun, who once believed he was the cornerstone of the family, now sat alone in the emptiness of his home. There was no one to tell where he was going or when he'd return. No one waiting. Zara's absence was a void no one could fill. Her presence had been the glue that held the family together, even when they failed to see it. And to prove her worth, Zara had paid the ultimate price, her life. Arjun looked around the disheveled home, tears streaming down his face, and whispered, "This house didn't need me. I needed Zara." This story is a reminder that silence is not strength when it is born from fear. When we ignore our inner voice for too long, it doesn't disappear, it consumes us from within. Relationships don't survive on money or authority alone. They survive on respect, care, and acknowledgement. Love and kindness should never be left unspoken or withheld. They are the foundation of a truly complete home. If this story touched your heart, don't let it end here. Like, share it with someone who may need it, and subscribe for more stories that speak to the mind and soul.